I currently work at Santa Teresa Catholic Church. It's a remote Aboriginal community in Central Australia. And with regards to the wounds, namely lack of housing, lack of healthcare, also domestic violence in families, and also youth crime, and also because the Aboriginal people are one of the most disadvantaged people, not only in Australia but in the whole world. So you can see a lot of struggles with regards to the how we soothe those wounds. We try to accompany them, we try to walk with them, we try to laugh with them, and also cry with them, so that we understand who they are and the difficulties that they are facing, but also to give them spiritual support, especially in times of difficulties.
I have been working at the Janssen Spirituality Center, which consists of 3 areas of ministry, namely spirituality, which we run retreats and give retreat to people, religious and non-religious. And the second, we have interfaith dialogue. So we run workshops and activities on interfaith. And the third area is the culture. And we are promoting intercultural living in our SVD community and also wider community. Regarding the hurt and the disappointment in the community, there has been a lack of communication between the members of the community and the leadership quite a number of years. So we hope that we will clarify this issue with the leaders, and we invite them to come to speak to us and to have dialogue with our members of the community. And also there is a lack of communication among members of the community. We hope that from this chapter on, we will try to put into practice our dialogical approach in the community and also in our ministry.
In the Thailand context where I'm presently now, part of our ministry involves migrant workers and refugees. Both are either undocumented or illegal in Thailand. In this context, we find that many migrant workers and refugees face marginalization in their life, in their work, because of their undocumented status. And this was much exacerbated during the pandemic, when they were not able to have access to the support of the government, as well as access to information or vaccine as readily as other people. So in our ministerial outreach, we try to give support materially, as well as medical support, as well as information support, especially via social media, which is the way that many migrant workers and refugees can have access to information in their language. So this is one of the ways we try to respond with pastoral creativity and missionary creativity during these difficult times when we're dealing with the wounds that were taking place during the pandemic, as well as still going on even as the pandemic has subsided.
I work as a chaplain to the Aboriginal people in Central Australia. One of the men is almost a priority for the Australian province, and yet sometimes there's a lack of enthusiasm among the conference, and also a bit hard to get the whole province involved in. This is happening because of the isolations and the nature of the pastoral itself. Also the language and the understanding of culture, and also to try to involve them into whatever is possible or regarded as a pastoral is not an easy thing, it's a challenge. And one of the things that also you can experience is that even though you may spend a lot of years in Alice Springs, but at the end you won't be able to see the fruit of your work. Work that we do is really being present to them, learn from them, and also knowing that they have their own history that was marked by a lot of bad experience.
I'm involved mostly with the Provincial Council. As a member of the Provincial Council, I'm also the Professional Standards and Safeguarding Officer. And I was called to this position because of the abuse crisis in church worldwide and in Australia particularly. Here in Australia, as a response to the abuse crisis, there was a Royal Commission. One of the recommendations of the Royal Commission was that an Office of Professional Standards and Safeguarding had to be established in all institutes, including religious life. The abuse crisis has overshadowed the church in Australia, and it has touched the Divine Word missionaries also. When I came into office in 2019, there were several allegations awaiting my attention, and one instance of sexual abuse by a previous confrere who is no longer living. But a part of my work has been the establishment of protocols and practices, best practices for addressing the safeguarding and sexual abuse crisis here in Australia. I'm happy to say that all confreres in the province have adopted the recommendations of the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse in Australia as a result of the establishment of a safeguarding office. In this last triennium just passed, we've had no further allegations or accusations against us. So we are slowly moving towards a safe province, and especially in Australia, a safe church. Safeguarding is for everyone, and I'm happy to be a part of that.